That's the right angle.
Are you going to tell the viewers to set it on speaker view so they're always seeing whoever's talking? Because
I'm going to tell them that as an option at 1:05 and say a couple of quick things.
Cool.
And that's about it.
Cool.
Jefferson, I think you can also pin the speakers. So as the host, if you go up to the speaker, if you hover over the speaker's face, the ellipses at the top, if you pin the video, it makes that the only thing everyone can see.
Oh.
So you can unpin, you can pin two or three, the two people, I think.
Oh.
That's a, yeah.
Okay.
Or everyone can head to speaker view.
Yeah, I think if I start pinning people, I'll have to keep doing that. And I'll
True.
get confused.
Again, next time we should do a stage manager.
Yeah, right? That'd be awesome. 1, 2, 3. So we have about 10 people watching us so far. Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming. And we'll get started in, what is my clock? I think my clock's slow. Mine says 1:04. I think it's actually a little fast, though. Not slow.
1:04 is what I got.
Oh, yeah? Oh, maybe it's right. And I've been complaining about it. Sorry, clock. Well, we'll get started in just a minute then. And I will not be letting people in during the scenes, but in the middle, in between breaks.
Jefferson, do you want us all on one view, like landscape or profile? Or does it not matter?
I think everyone looks good. It doesn't really matter to me, whatever you feel best with. I think your profile really fits your hair since it's kind of sinuous. Yeah.
Thank you.
Portrait, not, yeah, portrait.
Portrait, that's what, sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and get us started then. It's 1:05. I was just gonna say a couple things really quick that I wrote down, so I don't look quite as silly. Thank you everyone thank you to the performers for doing this. We couldn't do this without you, obviously. And thank you, mahalo to everyone watching us today. This is our 7th playgroup, our first Zoom playgroup. And if you like what you see, go onto our website, find out more about us, and feel free to donate because we are taking donations now. And that will help us bring you more original practice Shakespeare, hopefully outside soon when it's nice and safe to do that. Yeah, and leave feedback and comments at info@Ono Maui Shakespeare. Our website is onoshakespeare.com. The web and the email is info@onoshakespeare.com. I always forget to take the Maui out of the middle, but you have to do that. Yeah, so without further ado, our illustrious chicken is going to start the first scene with his beautiful voice. And I'm assuming the performers are all ready to go for the first scene, which I'm going to announce, which is King Lear featuring Dan Church as Kent, David Nygard as Lear, and Steffi Garrett will be playing the fool. Playing the fool, that's funny. So, oh, I think the chicken's ready, so hopefully you guys are all ready. Oh.
If but as will I other accents borrow, that can my speech diffuse, my good intent may carry through itself to that full issue, for which I raised my likeness. Now, banished Kent, if thou canst serve where thou dost stand condemned, so may it come, thy master, whom thou lovest, shall find thee full of labors.
How now? What art thou?
A man, sir.
What dost thou profess? What wouldst thou with us?
I do profess to be no less than I seem, To serve him truly, that will put me in trust. To love him, that is honest. To converse with him, that is wise and says little. To fear judgment. To fight when I cannot choose, and to eat no fish.
What art thou?
A very honest-hearted fellow, and as poor as the king.
If thou beest poor for subject as he's for a king, thou art poor enough. What wouldst thou?
Service.
Who wouldst thou serve?
You.
Dost thou know me, fellow?
Well, no, sir. But you have that in your countenance which I would fain call master.
What's that?
Authority.
What services canst thou do?
I can keep honest counsel, ride, run, mar a curious tale in telling it, and deliver a plain message bluntly. That which ordinary men are fit for, I am qualified in, and the best of me is diligence.
How old art thou?
Not so young, sir, to love a woman for singing, nor so old to dote her on her for anything. I have years on my back, 48.
Follow me, thou shalt serve me. If I like thee no worse after dinner, I will not part from thee yet. Dinner, ho, dinner, where's my knave, my fool? Go you and call my fool hither.
Let me iron too. Here's my coxcomb.
How now, my pretty knave, how dost thou?
Sirrah, you were best take my coxcomb.
Why, my boy?
Why? For taking one's part that's out of favor. Nay, and thou canst not smile as the wind sits, thou catch shortly there, take my coxcomb. Why, this fellow has banished 2 once daughters, and did the 3rd a blessing against his will. If thou must needs wear my coxcomb.
Why, my boy?
But I had 2 coxcombs and 2 daughters.
Why, my boy?
If I gave them all my living, I'd keep my coxcombs myself. Here's mine. Beg another of thy daughters?
Take heed, sirrah, the whip.
It's the dog must to kennel, he must be whipped out. When the Lady Brock may stand by the fire and speak.
Pestilent gall to me.
Sirrah, I'll teach thee a speech.
Oh, do.
Mark it, uncle. Have more than thou showest. Speak less than thou knowest. Lend less than thou owest. Ride more than thou goest. Learn more than thou trowest. Set less than thou throwest. Leave thy drink and thy whore, and keep in a door, and thou shalt have more than 2 tens to a score.
This is nothing, fool.
Then 'tis like the breath of an unfeed lawyer, you gave me nothing for it. Can you make no use of nothing, nuncle?
Why, no, boy, nothing can be made of nothing.
Prithee, tell him so much the rent of his land comes to, he will not believe a fool.
A bitter fool.
Dost thou know the difference, my boy, between a bitter fool and the sweet one?
No, lad, teach me.
Nuncle, give me an egg, and I'll give thee 2 crowns.
What 2 crowns shall they be?
Why, after I have cut the egg in the middle and eat up the meat, the 2 crowns of the egg. When thou clovest thy crown in the middle and gavest away both parts, thou borest thine ass on thy back over the dirt. Thou hast little wit in thy bald crown when thou gavest thy golden away. If I speak like myself in this, let him be whipped that first finds it so. Fools had never less grace in a year, for wise men are grown foppish, and know not how their wits to wear. Their manners are so apish.
When were you wont to be so full of song, sirrah?
I've used it, nuncle, ever since thou madest thy daughters thy mothers. For when thou gavest them the rod and putst down thine own breeches, then they for sudden joy did weep, and I for sorrow sung. That such a king should play Bo Peep. and go the fools among. Prithee, nuncle, keep a schoolmaster that could teach thy fool to lie. I would fain learn to lie.
And do lie, sirrah, we'll have you whipped.
I marvel what kin thou and thy daughters are. They'll have me whipped for speaking true, thou'lt have me whipped for lying, and sometimes I am whipped for holding my peace. I had rather be any kind of thing than a fool, and yet I would not be thee, nuncle. Thou hast pared thy wit on both sides and left nothing in the middle. Here comes one of the pairings.
Yay, great work, guys. That was awesome. For anybody who is new to original practice Shakespeare, this is unrehearsed. Nobody gets together and rehearses. There are varying levels of memorized. Some people are completely memorized, as you probably noticed. Some people are reading straight from their scrolls. Some people are kind of half and half. And there's a prompter who was me. I should have announced that. I did not feel the need to stop that and change anything, but sometimes that does happen since it's live and since we're reading, and it makes it interesting, especially outdoors. Yeah, so without further ado, nobody else to let in, so we will start the next scene, which I will also be prompting. And that scene is Romeo and Juliet with Dakota Welch playing Juliet and Christy Scott playing the nurse. So let me find that script, and then players, take a nice deep breath. Thank you for doing this. You guys look awesome. And oh, there he is.
The clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour she promised to return. Perchance she cannot meet with him. That's not so. Oh, she is lame. Lovers hailed should be thoughts, which 10 times faster glides in the sunbeams, drives back shadows over lowering hills. Therefore do not nimble doves draw love, and therefore hath the wind swift Cupid wings. Now is the sun upon the highmost hill of these days' journey, and from 9 till 12 I 3 long hours, yet she is not come. Had affections and warm youthful blood, she would be as swift in motion as a ball. My words would bandy her to my sweet love, and his to me, but old folk, many fain as they were dead, unwieldy, slow, heavy, pale as lead. Oh God, she comes. Oh honey nurse, what news hast thou met with him? Send thy man away.
Peter, stay at the gate.
Now, sweet nurse. Oh Lord, why thou lookest sad? Thou news be sad, yet tell them merrily. If good, thou shamest the music of sweet news by playing it to me with so a sour face.
I am weary. Give me leave a while. Oh, fie, how my bones ache. What a jaunt have I had.
I would thou hadst my bones, and I thy news. Nay, come, I pray thee, speak, good nurse, speak.
Why, Sue, what haste? Can you not stay a while? Can you not see that I am out of breath?
Art out of breath, when thou hast breath to say to me that art out of breath. The excuse that dost make in this delay is longer than the tale thou dost make. This is thy news good or bad? Answer to that. Say either, and I shall stay the circumstances. Let me be satisfied. Is it good or bad?
Well, you have made a simple choice. Romeo? No. Oh, not he. Though his face be better than any man's, yet his legs excel all men's. And for a hand and a foot and a body, though they are not to be talked on, they are past compare. He is not the flower of courtesy. But I'll warrant him gentle as a lamb. Go thy ways, wench. Serve God. What, have you dined at home?
No, no, but all this I did know before. What he says of our marriage, what of that?
Oh, how my head aches. What a head I have. It beats as if it would fall in 20 pieces. My back. Oh, t'other side. Beshrew your heart for sending me about to catch my death by jounting up and down.
I'faith, I'm sorry that thou art not well. Sweet, sweet nurse, tell me what he says, my love. What says my love?
Your love says, like an honest gentleman, and a courteous, and a kind, and a handsome, and I'll warn virtuous. Where's your mother?
Where's my mother? Why, she is within. Where should she be? How oddly thou repliest. Your love says like an honest gentleman. Where's your mother?
Oh, gods, lady dear, are you so hot? Mary, come up, I trow. Is this the poultice for my aching bones? Henceforward, do your messages yourself.
Here's such a coil. Come, what says Romeo?
Have you leave to go to shrift today?
I have.
Then hie you hence to Friar Lawrence' cell. There stays a husband to make you his wife. Oh, now comes the wanton blood up in your cheeks. They'll be in scarlet straight at any news. Hie you to the church. I must another way to fetch a ladder, by the which your love will climb a bird's nest when it is dark. I am a drudge, and I toil in your delight. But you shall bear the burden soon at night. Hie you to the church, I'll to dinner. Sorry, I'll go to dinner. Go, I'll to dinner. Hie you to the cell.
Hie to high fortune, honest nurse. Farewell.
Yay, that is such a fun scene. Great job. I was going to let Shane in, but he went away. So if everybody who knows Shane, feel free to give him a hard time for that. And moving on, the next scene we are doing is Midsummer Night's Dream with Lynn McEwen playing Titania, and I am playing Oberon. And Puck is played by Steffi Garrett. And so obviously I am not prompting this. This is Christine.
No, I am.
So I will just do my thing then and let you do your thing.
Okay, well, in lieu of a chicken.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What? Jealous, Oberon. I have forsworn thy bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton, am not I thy lord?
Well, then I must be thy lady, but I know when thou wast stolen away from fairyland and in the shape of Corin, sate all day playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here, come from the farthest steep of India? But that forsooth the bouncing Amazon, your buskined mistress, and your warrior love to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus? Didst thou not lead him through the glimmering night from Perigania, whom he ravished, and make him with fair eagles break his faith with Ariadne and Antiopa?
These are the forgeries of jealousy, and never since the middle summer spring met we on hill, in dale, forest, or mead, by paved fountain, or by rushy brook, or in the beached margent of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain as in revenge, have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs. which falling in the land hath every petty river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The ox hath therefore stretched his yoke in vain, the plowman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath rotted, ere his youth attained a beard. The fold stands empty in the drowned field, and crows are fatted with the murrian flock that 9 men's moors is filled up with mud, and the quaint mazes in the wanton green, for lack of tread, are undistinguishable. The humane mortals want their winter here. No night is now with him or carol blessed. Therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air, that rheumatic diseases do abound. And through this distemperature we see the seasons alter. Horrid-headed frosts fall in the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on old Hyam's chin an icy crown, an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds, as in mockery set. The spring, the summer, their childing autumn, angry winter change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairy land buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order. And in the spiced Indian air by night full often hath she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embraced traders on the flood, when we have taught, laughed, to see the sails conceive, and grow big-bellied with their wanton wind, which she with pretty and with swimming gait, following her womb then rich with my young squire, would imitate and sail upon the land, to fetch me trifles and return again, as from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she, being immortal, of that boy did die, and for her sake I do rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our round and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom will I away. We shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest, since once I sat upon a promontory and heard a mere maid on a dolphin's back uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal throned by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial votress passed on in maiden meditation, fancy-free. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound, and maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower. The herb I shewed thee once, the juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid, will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again, ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep and drop the liqueur of it in her eyes. The next thing when she waking looks upon, be it lion, bear, or wolf, or bull, on meddling monkey, or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm off from her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. Awesome. Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you.
Fun. And no one else to let on. So we will continue right away into Much Ado, featuring Jusara as Beatrice and Geronimo as Benedict. And the chicken is ready to go. He says, oh, he's got to get a drink. Okay, now here he comes. Deep breaths.
Lady Beatrice, have you wept all this while?
Yes, and I will weep a while longer.
I will not desire that.
You have no reason I do it freely.
Surely I do believe your fair cousin is wronged.
How much might a man deserve of her that, of me that would right her?
Is there any way to show such friendship?
A very even way, but not such friend.
May a man do it?
It is a man's office, but not yours.
I do love nothing in this world so much as you. Is not that strange?
As strange as the thing I know not, it was possible for me to say I loved nothing so well as you. But believe me not, and yet I lie not. I confess nothing, nor I deny nothing. I am sorry for my cousin.
By my sword, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear by it and eat it.
I will swear by it that you love me, and I will make him eat it that saith I love you not.
Will you not eat your word?
With no sauce that can be devised to it. I protest, I love thee.
Why then? Forgive me.
What offense, sweet Beatrice?
You have stayed me in a happy hour. I was about to protest I loved you.
And do it with all thy heart.
I love you with so much of my heart that none is left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything for thee.
You, Claudio.
Ha! Not for the wide world.
You kill me to the night. Very well.
No, tarry, sweet Beatrice.
I am gone, though I'm here. There's no love in you. Nay, I pray you let me go.
Beatrice.
In faith, I will go.
We will be friends first.
You dare. Easier be friends with me than fight with mine enemy.
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is it not approved in the heart of villain that hath slandered, scorned, dishonored my kinswoman? Oh, that I were a man, what bear hand until they come to take hand, and then with public accusation, uncover the slandered, unmitigated rancor. Oh God, that I were a man, I would eat his heart in the marketplace.
Hear me, Beatrice.
Talk with men out at the window. A proper saying.
Nay, but Beatrice.
Hero, she's wronged, she is slandered, she is undone.
Beatrice.
Princess and countess, surely a princely testimony. A goodly compact, a sweet gallant, surely. Or that I were a man for his sake. Or that I had any friend would be a man for my sake. But manhood is melted into curses, valor into compliment, and men are only turned into tongue. And trim ones too. He's now as valiant as Hercules, but only tells a lie and swears it. I cannot be a man with wishing, therefore I will die a woman with grieving.
Tarry, good Beatrice. By this hand, I love thee.
Use it for my love's a mother way than swearing by it.
Think you in your soul that Count Claudio hath wronged Hero?
Yea, as sure as I have a thought or soul.
Enough. I am engaged. I will challenge him. I will kiss your hand, and so leave you. By this hand, Claudio shall render me a dear account. As you hear of me, so think of me. Go comfort your cousin. I must say she is dead, and so farewell.
Yay, awesome. That was awesome, thanks. All right, our final scene is going to be All's Well That Ends Well. Cover the kitty's ears. There are a lot of naughty references in this. We saved this one till the end. We're doing, Marcy Smith is playing Helena, and Daniel Vickers is playing Paroles, however you want to say it.
Fairly.
There you go. And I'll be prompting, and without much ado, because we just did much ado.
Oh, were that all! I think not on my father, and these great tears grace his remembrance more than those I shed for him. What was he like? I have forgotten him. My imagination carries no favor but is Bertram. I am undone. There is no living none if Bertram be away. For all I should love a bright and particular star, and think to wed it. He is so above me, in his bright radiance and collateral light. Must I be comforted not in his sphere? The ambition in my love thus plagues itself. The hind that would be mated by the lion must die for love. 'Twas pretty, though a plague, to see him every day sit and draw his arched brows, his hawking eye, his curls, and in our heart's table, hearts too capable of every line and trick of his sweet favor. But now he's gone, and my Odysseus fancy must sanctify his relics. Who comes here? One that goes with him. I love him for his sake, and yet I know he a notorious liar. Think him a great way fool, and sever him a coward. Yet these fixed evils sit so fit in him, that they take place when virtue's steely bones look bleak in cold wind. Withal, full oft we see cold wisdom weighing on superficial folly.
Save you, fair queen.
And you, monarch?
No.
And no.
Are you meditating on virginity?
I. You have some stain of soldier in you. Let me ask you a question. Man is enemy to virginity. Now, how may we barricado it against him?
Keep him out?
But he assails, and our virginity, though valiant in the defenses, yet is weak. Unfold us to some warlike resistance.
There is none. Man setting down before you will undermine you and blow you up.
Blessed our poor virginity from underminers and blowers upper. Is there no military policy how a virgin might blow up men?
Virginity being blown down, man will quickly be blown up. Mary, in blowing him down, again, with the breach yourselves made, you lose your city. It is not politic in the commonwealth of nature to preserve virginity. Loss of virginity is a rational increase, and there never was virgin got till virginity was first lost. That you were made of is metal to make virgins. Virginity, by being once lost, may be 10 times found. By being ever kept, it is ever lost. 'Tis too cold a companion. Away with it.
I will stand a while, little, though therefore I die a virgin.
There's little can be said in it. 'Tis against the rule of nature. To speak on the part of virginity is to accuse your mothers, which is most infallible disobedience. He that hangs himself is a virgin. Virginity murders itself, and should be buried in highways out of all sanctified limit, as a desperate offendress against nature. Virginity breeds mites, much like a cheese, consumes itself to the very paring, and so dies with feeding its own stomach. Besides, virginity is peevish, proud, idle, made of self-love, which is the most inhibited sin in the canon. Keep it not. You cannot choose but lose by it. Out with it! Within 10 years it will make itself 2, and which is a goodly increase, and the principle itself not much the worse. Away with it.
How might one do, sir, to lose it to her own liking?
Let me see. Marry ill to him that ne'er it likes. 'Tis commodity will lose the gloss with lying. The longer kept, the less worth. Off with it while 'tis vendible. Answer the time of request. Virginity, like an old courtier, wears her cap out of fashion, richly suited, but unsuitable, just like the brooch and the toothpick, which were not now. Your date is better in your pie and your porridge than in your cheek. And your virginity, your old virginity, is like one of our French withered pears. It looks ill, it eats dryly. Mary, 'tis a withered pear. It was formerly better, Mary, yet 'tis a withered pear. Will anything with it?
Not my virginity yet. There shall be your master 1,000 loves, a mother and a mistress, and a friend, a phoenix, a captain, and an enemy, a guide, a goddess, and a sovereign, a counselor, a traitoress, and a dear. His humble ambition's proud humility, his jarring concord, and his discord dissolute. His faith, his sweet disaster, with a word of pretty fond ambitious Christendom, that blinking Cupid gossip, now shall he. I know not what he shall. God send him well. The court is a learning place, and he is one.
What one, in faith?
That I wish well. 'Tis pity.
What's pity?
That wishing well had not a body in it, which might be felt, that we, the poorer born, whose base stars do shut us up in wishes, might with effects of them follow our friends, and show them what we alone must think, which never returns us thanks.
Hark, I hear a page.
Monsieur Paroles, my lord calls for you.
Oh, little Helen, farewell. If I can remember thee, I will think of thee at court.
Monsieur Paroles, you were born under a charitable star.
Under Mars, I
especially think under Mars.
Why under Mars?
The wars have so kept you under that you must needs to be born under Mars.
When he was predominant.
When he was retrograde, I think rather.
Why think you so?
You go so much backwards when you fight.
That's for advantage.
so is running away. When fear proposes the safeties, but the composition of your valor leaves fear makes in you. And in virtue is a good wing, and I like the wearer well.
I am so full of businesses I cannot answer thee acutely. I will return perfect courtier, in the which my instruction shall serve to naturalize thee, so thou wilt be capable of a courtier's counsel, and understand what advice shall thrust upon thee, else thou diest in thy unthankfulness, and thine ignorance makes thee away. Farewell, when thou hast leisure. Say thy prayers. When thou hast none, remember thy friends. Get thee a good husband, and use him as he uses thee. So, farewell.
Our remedies oft in ourselves do lie, which we ascribe to heaven. The fated sky gives us free scope, only doth backwards pull. Our slow designs when we ourselves are dull. What power is it which mounts my love so high, that makes me see and cannot feel mine eyes? The mightiest space in fortune, nature brings the joys like and kisses like native things. Impossible be strange attempts to those that weigh their pains in sense, and do suppose what hath been cannot be. Whoever strove to show her merit, what do misses her love? The king's disease, my project may deceive me, but my intent is fixed and will not leave me.
Yay, methinks the page was unprepared.
Hey, methinks. So hard to find good help.
I know, right? Excellent improvisation. That was fun. I don't have a lot to say. If anybody else wants to pop on video and unmute themselves, feel free. Otherwise, send some comments to info@onoshakespeare.com. And thank you, everybody. Performers, don't feel like you have to stick around if you don't want to. Some people are already popping off, so yeah. Anybody have any comments that they really want
Thank
to
you, everyone.
right now?
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was amazing. Everyone did awesome.
That was very nice and wonderful to read.
Hey there.
Hey.
I haven't gotten a chance to meet you all, Jeff. I'm Jennifer Lear. I'm
Jennifer, I saw you on there.
yeah, I'm the co-AD over at Original Practice Shakespeare in Portland, Oregon. I think I missed when you were coming around to that group. I just want to tell you, I really enjoyed the work. It was a lot of fun. I'm totally intrigued, of course, by what's happening. I don't know if you know, I lived in Hawaii for about 7 years. I was on the Big Island. And so I'm delighted to see people doing the work over there. And yeah, we'll you know, at some point we'll do some back and forth chitting and chatting and
yes, please,
a little more, because it's delightful to see you going after it. I mean, there's nothing like seeing other people with scrolls. Let me tell you, it just warms your heart, you know. But yeah, keep on. Are you gonna do more? Are you gonna?
Yeah, we're hopefully moving outdoors. Tentatively moving out. We're going to do some stuff at the Maui Nui Botanical Gardens. They're very friendly with us. We've already done some playgroups there, so there and some other places. We're going to take it to the parks, of course, and depending on how much momentum we can get rolling, depends on, you know, how many shows we're going to do. The weather here, as you know, is perfect. So we
God knows it is, yes. Well, I also wanted to tell you, just please feel free to reach out to us. You know, we've been doing this stuff online now for you know, like 3 months now, and are happy to share any and everything that we've been learning about. So just, you know, please feel free to reach out and keep letting us know if you are going to do anything else online, because, you know, we're totally happy about supporting you all too, because, you know, we know how it is. You gotta hang in there with other people doing original practice, right?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. It would be awesome to do some back and forth and trade some actors even sometimes if people are visiting or whatever. Hopefully, eventually.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We already have started some nefarious plans in our minds. So
Oh,
we
me too.
definitely must talk. Okay.
Cool.
Right on. Way to go, folks. Way to go. Great fun today. We'll catch up with y'all later on. All right.
All right. Have a great day.
I'll drink to nefarious
All
plans.
Absolutely.
I'll drink to nefarious war plans. All right. I think that's it. And unless anybody else has anything they really want to say.
Just love you guys. Thank you.
Babs, thank you.
Great work, everybody.
Love you too, Babs. Love y'all. Thank you.
Bye, guys. Great to see you all.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Have awesome days. Where